Out of the Attic and out of Horton Town Square. We are with Marci Miller. Coming up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello, all of you beautiful Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where we give you a full recap of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. I am your host, Tony Moore, and we are joined by a gaggle of gals. To my far left, a new face. Well, not new face, but new in the seat.
New in the seat,
Yeah.
Matthew Evan Paine.
And of course, we have the ever so beautiful and talented newest addition to Salem, playing Miss Abigail Deveraux,
Yes.
Miss Marci Miller.
Hello.
Hi, Marci.
How are you?
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so 10,000 apologies. We would have started earlier had I had been here earlier, so it is my fault, so I take the blame. Marci was here on time. Matthew Evan Paine was here on time. I was classically late.
But it was
I'm
class.
just glad you're here.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Me too.
And thank you guys for joining us. And of course, helping us out in the booth is our still newly engaged gal, Miss Alexis.
I love how you're going to continue to bring that
Hi,
up.
Alexis.
I sure am.
Every
You know,
single week.
Every
Thank
single
you.
week. Because you know what?
Congratulations.
Love is love. And it's hard to find love in LA. Trust me, I know.
We
And
missed it. We had cake this morning to try out Wessie cakes.
Cake.
Yeah. it was
okay,
lovely.
so
nice.
note to you, Alexis, anytime you try food, call me. Because I
Okay.
will be
Got
happy
it.
to help. I'll be
Sure.
happy to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching us live. If you haven't already, make sure you like us, follow us on all social media platforms. On Twitter, we are @_Dishin Days, and on Instagram and Facebook, we are Dishin Days. And we will be taking your phone calls later because I'm pretty sure you all are anxious and dying to have a question answered by Miss Marci Miller. So we're gonna take your calls later on. But first, we're gonna find out, how did you guys feel about this week of days?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, well,
I feel
of course,
good,
as you
know.
should,
Things
as you
are
should.
all, kind of starting to come back together, and we're starting to make some headway in our relationships and that sort of thing. So yeah.
I felt
feels
like
great.
this week was a week of like, there was these little tidbits that were being told. Like nothing, there wasn't that one storyline that like told a lot, but there was so many that told tidbits.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a informative week, sort to say.
Yeah.
Matthew?
I liked the week. I liked a lot of the Chad and Abigail stuff. I love that Chloe's awake.
Oh my God, finally.
I love the scenes. Some of my favorite scenes this week were between Brady and Nancy,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Yeah,
which
those
we'll
were
talk
some
about,
good
I'm
ones.
sure.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's dive right into it. It is now time to start
Dishin' Days.
Dishin' Days.
Now,
Good, good. Well done, Marci.
Dishin'
Thank
Days. Now, Marci, you have the pleasure of turning our hourglass.
Oh, is this what I do?
Yep.
Okay.
No
Well,
pressure.
No pressure. Okay. Cool.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you.
And then we set it and forget it. All
Okay.
right. So let's kick off the first one. We will talk about Chad and Abigail.
We don't have
Okay.
Mark here to announce that.
Yes. Okay.
Does
well,
he usually announce Chad and Abigail? Is
well,
that what he does?
because Mark is, how shall we say it, infatuated with the one Billy Flynn.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And
The understatement of the century.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In fact, we call him Mrs. Billy Flynn.
Do you really?
Yes, yes,
I love
yes.
that.
So he normally will introduce the Chad and Abigail
Got it.
storyline, and any time Chad is mentioned or Billy Flynn, I usually make this face. That's
Which
usually
is
my
a
face
lot.
for Billy.
Yeah.
He's Billy Flynn's mentioned more than any other cast member because of
Alexis.
Mark. Because
Yes.
of
I
Mark's
believe it. Yeah.
want
Yes.
to be love affair.
Welcome to my life. Welcome to the last 6 months of my life.
Well, this week I mean there's so much to talk about now
Yeah.
now that you're here, but this week we're seeing the love rebloom with Chad and Abigail, and
Yeah.
I love the date night
I do
that they
too.
had at
Yeah.
Club TBD.
Yeah.
You know what I got tickled about, and maybe it's just me because I pay attention to things like
no.
this. I was so tickled by the food choices.
Oh my gosh, I know. I know. Like,
I was tickled that because the first thing I noticed were the sliders that Chad was eating, and I was like, sliders.
Yeah.
And then the interesting choice of
So funny.
oysters. And
Like so opposite.
Yeah.
It could be more opposite.
it was like
Yeah.
man and
Yeah.
like classy lady.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was great to see the reconnection of
Yeah.
Abigail and Chad, because I think, you know, as fans, when Abigail came back from the dead, we expected like, oh my God, you're alive, and life to just kind of go on.
Right.
But then Chad was like, no.
Yeah.
And Abigail was like, maybe I should have stayed gone.
Yeah.
So it was nice to
To see
you
them
guys
getting someplace.
Yeah.
And I really feel for Chad. You know, he's a good man and he is like really trying to do the right thing. But I
Yeah.
mean, he is in a really, really tough position, but he is trying to make the right choice. And so it's fun for us to kind of be on this journey of kind of taking some gradual little steps back toward each other, and that's what this week was. There wasn't
Yeah.
any crazy drama where it's like,
No.
hi, I'm alive, or that's my baby, or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just kind of getting used to each other through some normal everyday things. you
Yeah.
know?
Minus the conflict.
Minus
Yes.
the conflict.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, interesting enough, Jennifer had Thomas for date night, but I love that Jennifer took Thomas down like the family tree.
I did too. I
That
really
was
like
that was very cute, and I love the pictures.
I do too.
It was a great moment for Thomas to, and also for us, because we look at that family tree and we're like, who?
Yeah. No, seriously.
It's like, who's related to who and who's doing who and
know.
how, what?
I know,
Everyone is
I know.
related to everybody.
I know,
Yes,
same. And I
yes.
feel like I'm still like actually trying to figure out some of those things. And so it was really sweet for me to, you know, I've never worked with, you know, my father or any of the people that played my
Yeah.
grandparents or anything like that. So it was cool for me to like watch my mother being intentional in that way with my son in her arms. You know, I felt it, and I was glad to be able to have that opportunity to feel it. So.
Yeah.
Do you get someone to give you, or is there someone on set to give you a history lesson of you're going into the scene with, I'm just pulling a name out of a hat, like
Yeah.
Austin. You had a love affair with Austin just so because you're new to the role.
Right.
Yeah.
No. No. And I kind of did
No.
like expect that
Yeah.
a little bit, but you know, everybody's been really gracious, and I kind of just say if I'm working with somebody for the first time, you know, hey, is there anything I need to know? Like I remember initially I shot scenes with Missy Reeves for the first time. And I didn't know she had the addiction problem with the pills.
Yeah.
And it was a scene about the baby and everything. And I did have this moment where I thought, I found out after we shot the scene that she had that problem. And I thought, wow.
Yeah.
I probably would have done a few things
Played
a little bit differently
different,
had
right.
I
Yeah.
known that. But there's so much for everybody to keep track of, and they move so fast. You know, it's everybody's working hard. It's and, like if I don't get information that I feel like I need, it's not because people are standing still and not doing their job.
Right.
Like everybody's doing wearing a million hats. So
Your scene with Missy was unreal. That first scene where she opened the door and then she fell.
oh man,
Oh my God.
I love
That was such a powerful moment.
Oh, man.
Because before then you were just lurking around Salem in the
hat.
in the big hat.
Yeah.
Which Mark, our other co-host, was
Yeah.
going to get one of those big
Was
floppy
he
hats.
really?
Yeah, and wear it. But
Yeah, to lurk
Yeah.
around Billy Flynn's home.
yes, yes. But also the other great or interesting relationship right now is Abigail and Gabby.
Yeah.
And I love that you see certain things when Gabby is mentioned with Abigail. Like when this week when Chad took the phone call from Gabby to come over to the Kyriakis
Right.
mansion,
Right.
and he walked away, you could see in Abigail's like eyes that she's concerned, but she's trying not to be.
Right,
Like it's just
right.
kind of like she's just a friend.
Yeah.
Like you guys
Yeah.
had a thing, but you know she's
Yeah.
kind of stepping away. But she still kind of has that one eye on Gabby, like
Of course.
try
I
it,
mean,
bitch.
I mean,
Try it.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And it is kind of this situation where, you know, she really loves Gabby and she really believes that Gabby is like a good woman. And, you know, if something had actually happened and Abigail was really no longer a part of the picture, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabby was a person that she would love to see, you know, help raise her son and be in a relationship with her husband.
But you're not dead.
But I ain't dead, so
She's
things
here.
change.
She's alive.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Gabby, but I want to see the takedown. I want to see
Yeah.
Abigail destroy her, only for soap opera's sake. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
would love to see that conflict
Yeah.
of the two best friends
Oh, me too.
with the fallout.
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, there's something about that power, like getting to step into that for just a minute and do that would be great.
I mean, I did say last week I'm a little more team Gabby and Chad.
Uh huh. okay.
Don't hate me.
I don't hate you.
But I think just seeing their relationship blossom,
Yeah.
and I feel like Abigail can now go elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I noticed this week that Abigail's spirits were very lit with Dario,
Yeah.
and so
yeah.
it makes us go,
Hang on a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
what's going on
Yeah.
here with
Uh-huh.
Dario? Although then there was that moment was like, no, I don't want Abigail with Dario because he's doing the whole microchip thing and
Right.
like
Right,
we're
right.
gonna have to put you with someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it
So,
is interesting.
yeah.
He's great to work with too, Jordy. I mean, and we don't even know exactly where the writers are going a lot of the
Yeah.
time. So I remember like sitting there and thinking like, oh my gosh, they're gonna go this way or this way,
Yeah.
and being completely happy with getting to work with either one of them all
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
So
I can only imagine you get the script and go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
Oh,
here we go.
oh,
We'll try this then. Perfect.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have done more things in 6 months than I
Oh,
ever
I bet. I
ever
bet.
thought. Yeah, said things I never thought I'd say, done things I never thought I'd do. But yeah, it's good. It's really good.
There were
Well-
some beautiful scenes with Chad and Abigail this week, and then at the very end of the week, after Chad and Abigail had a nice conversation, Abigail left the room, and the first thing that Chad did was pick up the phone and text Gabby.
I know.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh,
Yeah.
that'll be a
Yeah.
pleasant surprise for Abigail.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something that, even as we're taking steps toward each other, it's never going to, well, that's going to be something that resurfaces all the time, I
Yeah.
think, they're just in such close proximity with each other. And, Chad really did go through the process of mourning and healing and falling in love with another person. And that's powerful. You
Yeah.
can't just flip that off, even if you could, wished you could.
You did a beautiful job last week. There was a scene where Abigail and Chad were going to make love,
Oh.
and they ended up
yeah.
not following through with the act.
Yeah.
And you got off the bed and you went outside the bedroom door and you pulled the door closed behind you, and we got to see the crazy Abigail look like he still loves me.
Oh my gosh, I
when
know.
it wasn't the moment
I know.
where she should have thought that.
I know.
And the
Excellent.
soft touch of
Yeah.
the hair.
It's crazy. He still loves me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The soft touch of the hair.
Yep.
My trademark.
I was just about to say my trademark move. You beat me to
That's
it.
great.
Yes.
No, well, see, you will have that like
Uh-huh.
Christian Alfonso has the one eyebrow.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Yes.
She's so cool.
Isn't
oh,
she?
She's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
that
watching her.
one eyebrow gets me every
Me
time.
too.
Like I wish I could do it, but I
Uh-huh.
can't do it.
I can't either. I've
It's-
tried to do it. I can't do it.
So mine is eyebrows. Like so, I always do this.
Oh, okay.
That's my thing.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
my thing.
I like that. That's cool. I'll be watching for it now.
Bam.
Okay, good.
I can raise my eyebrow, but I can't do it. She just it pops up for one,
It's
one
like
split
that.
second.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
it though. You're
Yeah,
doing
you-
it. Oh,
yeah,
look
you're
at he
doing
just
it.
wanted to show
I
me
know,
he
right?
can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
We'll just be over here.
Soft touch of the
Subject-
hair
subject
and
eyebrow.
eyebrow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a dumb Abigail moment, is what you're doing then, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he
Okay.
still loves me.
So
He
that
still loves me.
that was Chad and Abigail this week, but we are going to come back to Marci later on in the show,
Cool.
and talk about all things like your first day and
Yeah.
what you're up to now and
Sure.
outside of the show and all
Sure.
that. But moving on, we have
Oh, Patty. Who is Alfie?
we discovered Alfie this week.
Was he the guy that with
Okay.
the rock?
No, oh my God.
Oh.
That
Oh
rock.
my God. Okay, so Alfie is the guy that swindled Hattie.
Oh.
Yes. So like, remember she told that story of basically the accountant who like or this sweet talker who she thought was her boyfriend
Okay.
and like basically like framed her for something and that's why she's in jail.
That's right.
Well, it's discovered apparently that Alfie is Andre.
Oh.
Oh.
This week, yeah. Well, I'm assuming because she mentioned she was talking to Hope this week, and she said, he had a watch, a pocket watch.
Oh, and then they cut to Andre.
And
that's
they
right.
cut-
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. And
That-
I
I
was
do
just like,
remember
oh, it's Andre.
Yeah.
And then the accent and all that stuff. So
When
yeah.
I saw the pocket watch, I actually, because they showed the pocket watch at the top of that scene, and I actually thought it was Stefano. for whatever reason.
For 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Because
yeah.
he's like back from the dead
Right.
or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, how many times is a phoenix
mean,
gonna rise?
Oh man.
I
Well,
mean, you talk about listen.
As
You
many
talk about
times
I
as
mean-
it sets.
you talk about somebody having 9 lives.
Yeah.
I think he has far exceeded that.
Yeah.
I know.
Far
it's a
exceeded.
lot.
Yeah.
Did you say earlier off camera that it was Andre who had died 8 times?
Like six. Yeah. Teo, like my first week, he was like, "Oh, I've been come and gone 6 times now."
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's soaps
Yeah.
for you.
that's
Well, look, you got
Yeah.
one up on everyone.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, one. Yeah, I got you both beat. Yeah, don't I? All right, cool.
So Hope is having a tough time in jail, which, okay, so listen, Hope, if I were you, if someone shanked me
Yeah.
and I could chill in the hospital, I'll take it.
I'll take it too.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not
For sure.
going to be in a rush to get back to jail.
Right.
I mean, I would take hospital food over jail food.
Yeah.
I would take a comfy therapeutic bed versus like a cot.
Yeah.
Like there are some luxuries to being in the hospital
Yes.
and just
Even
recovering.
if you're in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, take it. It's like a vacay. It's like
Yeah.
a vacay from jail.
Mark tweeted us about The Rock, and I actually thought he meant Dwayne Johnson. I was like, is
I
he
did
on
too.
this
Oh
week?
my gosh.
Well, oh my god. Okay. As we say in the South,
that.
bless Hattie's heart
Oh.
for trying to get Hope out of the because oh my god, we still have Sheila and Coco trying to get
Just
Hope.
trouble.
Yeah, and I had one of my let's
Yeah.
leave Hope alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just have a peaceful kumbaya jail where we all get together, we all share mashed potatoes with each
Yeah,
other.
let's plan an escape. Let's do something.
And let's just keep it cute. Let's just keep it cute in jail.
Yeah.
We can live out the days of our lives, however many days you got in here. We can
Right.
do a countdown. We can do a celebration.
They've got nice denim shirts.
Very nice
yeah.
shirts.
yeah.
Yeah.
And those pea coats that they had on.
Oh yeah.
Those
outside.
were cute.
They're nice.
I'm like,
Yeah.
where'd y'all get the pea coats
Yeah.
from? So there are there's some luxuries to jail.
Right.
But Hattie decided to get Hope out by doing the whole chloroform thing and throwing her into the dumpster. And Hattie's little crush, he's just a trash man. Got Hope out.
He didn't know what he was signing up for
He
either.
didn't, but he loves him some Hattie, so he decided to go with it. And then Hope pops up and punches him, and then picks up the heaviest rod.
With a shank wound.
And, yeah, the shank wound, and she's stumbling all over the place. He's looking at her like, "You're crazy.
Yeah.
Just trying to help you out."
Yeah.
My question
He's
is,
holding the rock the whole time.
holding the rock. But my question is, how do you pick up a rock, drop a rock, and then hit your head on said same rock?
I feel
Everyone is stumped.
Yeah.
Everyone is stumped.
Yeah.
No one knows.
How does the earth
Yes.
exist?
And in
Yes.
that moment, I knew why Mark was aggravated.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
So how did we feel about all of this for this week? Now that I've given a brief rundown of the things that have happened.
I think they need to get the storyline in order because they keep pulling tricks out of a hat and rabbits out of a hat.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, tricks and rabbits out of
Yeah.
a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not working.
Yeah, I think they're trying to linger her in jail for as long for it to make sense, so that she doesn't do a
I get it though.
like a pop in, pop out. And so they're having to create this ruckus of why people want to kill her, which is kind of understandable. She's a cop. She's a Brady. She's been given special privileges.
Yep.
And so they look at her as look, we're doing hard time. You need to be doing hard time too. You shouldn't be getting special privileges.
She's got a target on her back.
Yeah. So I get it, but at the same time I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, we need to put you in whatever jail Martha Stewart went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do that. So yeah, there's that. And Sheila and Coco, 2 peas in a pod.
Trouble.
I mean, are you familiar with TLC? Of course you are.
Yes.
I mean, what was your reaction
Were you
when
like, what is
T-Boz
she
was
doing
on
on
I did
set?
not. And nobody tells us who's coming, and
Yeah.
I just looked over and I was like, "Is that no, it's not,"
Right.
and it totally is.
Yeah.
It totally was her. Totally
Yeah.
T-Buzz.
I was like,
Cool.
what waterfall are you chasing
Right.
in jail?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the casting.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It works.
cool.
It
Yeah.
works. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember on All My Children, Erica Kane, Susan Lucci's character, was in jail for a year. Like,
Literally.
Oh, the whole
a
year?
well, approximately. It was a
Okay.
long storyline, and it was just jail, and it was too much.
Poor girl.
Like,
Wow.
let her get, like, as a viewer,
Yeah.
enough already.
Yeah.
And this has only been going on for what, a month and a half?
Yeah.
And you're
I'm
ready to be
exhausted.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
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 I'd
Yeah.
rather see them in Hope's living room than the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Marcy, to the whole
Same.
jail storyline?
Same.
Just
Very
like get her
similar.
done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it'll wrap up here soon.
Well.
Probably.
I hope so. Oh my god, these pizza rolls are so good.
Oh man, I know. I had some before we got started.
They're addictive.
So good. Okay, well, if we're all doing it, we'll
Yeah,
just do it.
might as well.
Happy pizza rolls, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Happy pizza rolls.
All right, so moving on, we have the gang in Prague. Rafe, Steve, Marlena, Paul, Carrie Austin, Anna, and Tony. Ish. How do we feel about, how did you feel about the Carrie Austin pop-up?
So pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Carrie and Austin.
I do too, and I like that they brought Austin Peck back as Austin, because I know that a lot of people are used to Patrick Muldoon, but Austin Peck was my Austin when I started watching Days.
Okay.
And I was like, he has not aged.
So
It
handsome.
looks like they plucked him out of the 90s and was just like, here you go.
Here's your
And
script.
he just looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ran a poll on Twitter asking whose actor portrayal of Austin Reed did the fans like better, Patrick Muldoon or Austin Peck?
Ooh, shade.
Yeah. Austin Peck won by 56%. Now,
Wow. That's a
Patrick
lot.
Muldoon was my Austin. I grew up with him. I love him.
Okay.
And you and I were talking earlier about recasts.
Yeah.
And that one, that hurt when he left.
Oh, yeah.
For me as a
Yeah.
fan, and so I wasn't welcoming of Austin Peck. But I love Patrick Muldoon did not retweet. Austin Peck, however, did, and he quoted the tweet and he said Patrick. So his vote was. I just thought
he
it was
voted
really
for Patrick.
cute.
That's
Yeah.
really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very sweet.
I love that, but now that he did that, like it's weird because when Austin Peck comes on, I still have that like love for Patrick Muldoon
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
don't want to allow Austin into my home.
In your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that made me like him more.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that was classy.
But it was great. I got familiar with Patrick's portrayal of Austin a few years ago when they brought him back. And you know me, I'm just a fan, open arms, and I just welcome
Yeah.
it all.
Oh,
So,
that's
but it was great to see Austin Peck back.
You are crazy, Tony.
Well, I mean, I'm just listen. If the writers say they want to keep Hope in jail for 2 years,
So be it.
Oh, tell me you wouldn't be crazy if they left that storyline running.
okay. I mean, I would be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. However, I will welcome it. If they like it, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Logging that.
I,
You're
on the
logging
other
that,
hand,
aren't you?
arms closed,
Yeah.
arms folded.
not having it. But there was kind of a lot happening in Prague. We had Anna being the woman that fired shots at the cafe because she wanted to make sure she got Stefano, if that were him. You have poor Rafe trying to deal with the stuff in Prague and the stuff with Hope escaping. And then you have Marlena and Paul who are just trying to track down Stefano in order to bring him back. And then you have Tony floating around literally in an urn.
In an urn, which might be the craziest thing on Days of Our Lives.
So
Yeah.
crazy.
But I love it.
But it
It's
goes with
so funny.
Anna. Like she seems a little
Nuts.
Nuts. Yeah. Yeah.
So she's like, I'm not leaving here without Tony. And I'm like, did he? At first I was like, when she said that they were reunited, I was like, oh my God, Tony's back too. And then she whipped out the urn and I was like, nope.
No.
I feel like
I was
she
like,
was carrying the
gotta
urn
change
under
that.
her arm.
Yeah. I was like, nope, gotta change that note. So putting this question out to you guys, now that they're in Prague and everything like that, do we think that Stefano is alive?
Before you actually answer that, I have a very special person on the line that really needs to get
Uh-oh.
his input
no.
out. So here we go.
Hello, Tony Barr.
It's our other
Matthew
co-host.
Evans Payne and
Oh, is
Marci
it Matt?
Miller.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Mark J. Freeman. How are you?
I'm a little perturbed that you did not play my video about The Rock.
We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Yes, I just watched it on YouTube, and you ignored my video.
What I have not cued Alexis to play a video yet.
We'll play it, Mark.
Why wouldn't you play it when you're talking about it?
Perhaps if you had been in studio.
I'm so sorry.
Well, because I thought you said that was attached to quote of the week and fan of the week.
No.
Can we play the video right now?
Okay. Well.
Well, no. Mark can just talk about it here. No.
No. Alexis, cue video.
Oh,
This
he's on Skype.
this is Mark.
Oh, look, there he
That's
is.
what I thought. Is that
discussing.
him?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, I know that's him, but
This is Mark discussing The Rock.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. So here's my commentary on the stupid friggin' Rock. I can't with The Rock. I can't with the storyline. Okay, so you need to pick it. Whether you want Hope to be this badass cop or somebody who gets beaten up by a rock. Like, it can't be both. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Literally, she got in a fight with a rock and the rock won. Like, it was asinine. Sorry, I had to do this video because I was very upset about it. It was idiotic. Hysterical, though, at the same time. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. All right, I just had to say that. And
Billy Flynn.
because I'm sure Matthew and Tony have not done it enough. Billy Flynn, Billy Flynn, Billy Flynn, Billy Flynn.
You called it.
Love you, Marci. Sorry I couldn't be there.
Oh, it's all right.
So now you got to come back.
Okay.
All right. Peace out. Love you guys. And I hate The Rock.
Awesome.
And now cut
Awesome.
back to Mark J. Freeman, who is live on our line. Hello, Mark.
Thank you. I hate The Rock.
Wait, Mark, since you're on the line, and I know that there's probably one particular question that you would want to ask Marci, would you like to ask that question now? Because I'm sure you're the only person that would ask this question.
Okay, I do have a question. It may not be the question you think I'm going to ask, but I do have a question.
Okay.
My question is, Marci, when you kiss Billy, do you taste me on him?
No, he did not. Mark J. Freeman.
You know what? Please don't worry about a funeral. Just throw me in. Just throw me in. I'm dead.
Lord have mercy.
Dead.
Yeah, arms wide open, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. I hadn't noticed, I guess, but oh, is that what that is? Is that what that is?
That little funny tasting.
Yeah, that's what
thing,
it is.
That's Mark.
Now I know.
That's
Okay.
Mark. That's
Good.
Mark.
That's good.
Mark, I
That's
thought
me.
I thought you were gonna ask, what is it like to work with Billy Flynn?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is Billy is a dear, dear friend of mine, so I know what it's
Dear.
like to be around Billy Flynn.
Billy has a restraining
Right.
order out on
Oh,
Mark,
does,
by the way.
Mark. Okay, yeah.
On Mark and Lorraine Love.
Yeah. Oh, and Lorraine Love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll explain Lorraine in
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Well, Mark, is there anything else that you would like to comment on? We've only went over the Chad and Abigail storyline. Well, you've already mentioned about The Rock and Hope, and we just got to the storyline in Prague. Any thoughts on any of those?
Well, I will say this: the scenes with Marci and Billy, the date when they were on the date,
Mhm.
I literally kept finding myself smiling. Like
Aw.
I really felt like I was
On their date.
voyeur on their date. Like it was just so cute and fun. So thank you.
I feel like he was smiling because he was picturing his date.
Yeah, he
with
was imagining
Billy.
that he was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get T-shirts made that say "Poor Billy."
Poor Billy.
Poor Billy.
Oh, I would gladly wear that T-shirt. Poor Billy. But not really. Mine would be smiling. Well, Mark, thank you for calling in, and we miss you here. And it sucks that you couldn't be here, but you're the one that had to work, lady.
I know. Sorry. I wish I could have been there. So, Marci, you have to come back and visit us again.
I would love to.
Oh, we're gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark
All right,
J. Freeman.
I'm gonna tune back in on YouTube. So if you talk about me, I'm gonna hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
I am gonna talk about you.
Nothing but nice things, though,
Oh, I
maybe.
know you will.
Well, I can't guarantee
Girl.
that. Girl.
I said maybe.
Girl. Okay, bye, girl.
Bye.
Girl.
Bye, girl.
Bye, girl. I will say his hair was looking real
Looks
good in that
good,
video.
yeah,
it was real
for
high.
sure.
Yeah.
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 I
it
have
was
hair
good.
envy.
Yeah.
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 He's
How's
got
he
good
do
hair.
it? Does he? I wonder if he like blow dries it or if he.
I'm
does he
pretty
tease
sure
it?
there's a whole process.
There's a
Yeah.
whole process.
There has to be a
I
whole
feel like
process.
he's got a shoulder pad and then puts the hair over it and sprays it.
Like
I think
that
that's how he gets
specifically
the
a shoulder
volume,
pad.
yeah.
Yes,
I respect
yes.
that.
I have
Okay.
to say one more thing
Go
about
ahead.
this storyline, though.
Yes.
The Paris storyline. The
Yes.
police station is
Okay.
the Salem police
Oh,
station. They
okay.
moved the desks around and put a flag over the interrogation room.
Well, there
or
were
a map.
there were a couple of tweets that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some people tweeted, "Oh, look, it's Salem PD.
Yep.
Oh, look, it's Club
Yeah.
TVD." And
Yeah.
listen, y'all.
Yeah.
Days they're on a budget.
Yeah.
Okay, like they're trying to stick around for
Mm-hmm.
another year. So listen, you got to make do what to do. You just have
do.
to.
Arms
Did
wide
you-
open.
right.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They're working. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You caught it, but
I
they're
agree.
trying to-
I do give a hard time. I
Yeah.
agree everyone's working hard and I know
Yes.
that they're on a budget, but
yes.
Girl.
do another set. Do
Yeah.
another set.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah, it kind of takes you out of the story. Is
Yeah,
the
'cause
thing.
I'm
Like when
like,
you
they're in
notice
the-
things like
yeah.
that, you know, it does.
the doorway's in the same place and
Yeah.
did you like the new furniture in the Kyriakis mansion?
Oh.
Maggie's like, we've got the new furniture and the new couches and the end tables.
I will be honest.
Yeah.
Didn't notice.
Yeah. They're like
Wow.
these white
I
couches
didn't
now.
know. Although I did notice the couches, but I think there was at one point when Deimos and everyone were having that argument, I was like, the Kyriakis mansion seems brighter.
That's what it was.
It's the furniture.
That's what
Yeah.
it
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did have that moment of like, something's
Looks
different.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good for kudos.
Yeah. Did
I
you like
didn't, I
it?
didn't notice that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
It's Maggie's touch.
Right. The old couch looked like it's that forest green and that cranberry color.
Like a bachelor pad.
Right.
Like Victor's been living
Well-
there a while without a girl.
Yeah.
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 It's like that episode of Sex and the City when Charlotte came in and redid Trey's apartment.
Yeah.
I love Sex and the City, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that. Like that. Like Maggie feels a little more settled now. She was like, I'm just going to make some womanly touches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So,
should we
what?
fly through it?
Oh yeah, we're about to fly through
All
it.
right.
I mean, pretty much that's what happened in Prague this week. Marlena and Anna got arrested because of the whole gun situation. Carrie has talked to the Prague people, the Prague police, and got them free. But Anna has disappeared, so we don't know where she is.
No.
She's supposed to go back to Switzerland.
They turned their back for a second
and she was
gone.
like gone. She's like that 2-year-old that like you thought you had
Yeah.
a hand. and she's
Johnny!
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gone.
I loved with the police officer was talking to Marlena and he was asking Marlena what Anna meant. He said, was that what she was saying? Marlena said, I don't know what she's saying.
Yeah, he's like, I don't get it. It's like, and everyone was just basically telling Anna, be quiet. Like, just
Stop it.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Anna's like that one friend when you are in trouble who just keeps yap, and you're like, girl,
I just
shut
need
up.
help. Yeah, right.
And she's like, no, I'm gonna say what's on my mind. They can't. It's like, girl, shut up. Okay, well, she's on her own.
Yeah.
She's that friend. All right, so, excuse me, that was our top storylines, and let's get into tidbits. While I have a coughing fit because I tried to chew a pizza roll.
Do a pizza roll.
Speaking of pizza
Yeah,
rolls.
pizza roll. Okay, no, don't be sorry. I'll justify it. Every time you eat a pizza roll, I'm gonna eat it.
You're gonna eat one?
Uh-huh.
All right, so Jade and Joey still
need a
coping with. Oh no, I'm good. Thank you. I think I got it. Jade and Joey are still coping with the loss of their baby. There's that. Deimos, Nicole, and Chloe. What do we think about the engagement between Deimos and Nicole?
The ring was beautiful.
I mean, she picked it.
I loved the ring, actually. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wow,
I
that's
don't
really
remember the
pretty.
ring. I don't remember seeing it.
You know what? I'm with you, and I
I don't
had
remember
to.
what it looks like.
I saw the one that she picked up.
Yep.
But then I think she put it back down, and I don't know if she picked that same one back up.
I think that was the one.
The-
Not, it's
the-
not a rock. It's the it's got like the cutouts. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know
it was
how to
different.
describe a ring.
It was different. But listen, Deimos got money. When you're able to call Janet to open up Janet's boutique,
Right?
And I noticed before they even called Janet the wide shot that there was a sign that said Janet's. I was like, that's weird. That's like a new angle. They were going for new camera angles. When Nicole was sitting in the park and they shot from behind the fence and you could see the fence and I was like, it's not working.
yeah,
Huh,
yeah,
interesting.
It was interesting. What do you think about Deimos and Nicole? Are you team Deimos and Nicole kind of?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but
Yeah.
not entirely. I mean, I feel like my opinion is tainted because I know more things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
They have an interesting dynamic. So I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Like
it is
there are
interesting.
moments where you're like, okay, and then there's moments like the last scene when he's like, I will kill him. You're like, girl, run.
yeah, get out of there.
Get out of there real
yeah.
quick.
She's
Yeah.
smart.
Nuts.
She's beautiful. She can do. Yeah. She
Yeah.
can do a lot of other things.
My favorite scenes, like I said, in this storyline were the ones with Brady and Nancy.
Yeah. Nancy, she is.
When she makes up her mind, there's no going back.
Yeah.
No.
Watch
She
out.
said no,
Nope.
and you're banned, and I'm going to go tell them right now. And I just was waiting for him to do something explosive.
Yeah. Well, I felt bad for Brady
Me too.
because I see where he was going. It was kind of like listen, like you know more, like say something. And then Nancy gets like scared and she's like, you're banned. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, and then and then Chloe waking up scared me. Did it scare anybody else? Like all of a sudden she was just like,
There
and
she
I was like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes you feel like something else is really, really wrong.
Like I
you know?
knew it was coming, but then I was just like, oh,
Hi.
you got me, Nadia.
Yeah.
And I like that
Nadia.
that was the end of, what was that, Friday's episode?
It was the end of Thursday. Because like the end of Thursday, she woke up, and then Friday we saw that she was up.
Nancy walked in and she was sitting up.
And then listen, I am tired of people being able to just walk out of hospitals.
Yeah.
Who allows
Yeah.
people to do that? Hope, after she got shanked and barely able, she just decides she's leaving. Chloe, bless her heart, because I understand the struggle of trying to remember someone's phone number without your cell phone. I get it. I get it. And she was just like, ugh. And she's like, well, I'm just going to take care of this myself. But wherever she got that cute outfit from, she was well put together for somebody who like left the hospital.
We suspend some realities every
Yeah.
so often. You
Yeah,
know?
kudos to her.
I love that Chloe and Nicole play best friends. Like I
Yeah.
see them. They work
Yeah.
so well together.
We did see the ring. I just remember now when we saw
When
the
is it?
ring, because Nicole was like this,
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
and then Chloe was like, oh, and then that's when
They
she
did an
found out about the engagement.
Yeah.
and,
And then Deimos had his meltdown.
yeah. So and the ring it's like a circle with like holes in it.
Okay.
So it wasn't the big diamond.
Right.
It's like a circle
Okay.
with holes. It's actually really cute.
It's really pretty.
It's very pretty. It's very like the first one she picked up was like a, yeah, girl, get the big diamond.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like, okay, that's not you. Get one that's you, and then she got one that's her. So kudos to that.
Yeah.
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 With perfect nails. All the women have perfect nails on
You
that
got
show.
to you look, honey. You have got to be put together when they do close ups. Like you don't want like
Yeah.
little like
Yeah.
crawl like
Yeah.
mm.
And you're responsible for that, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
nobody there that's like, oh, here, let me see your nails real quick. It's like you go out there and you rush out there and you do it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's done is done.
So like Marci doesn't want to be out there like trying to give like handography and her nails look all messed up.
Handography.
Yeah. Handography.
Yeah.
If
You know, yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the soft touch of the
Right,
hair. You want
exactly.
to make sure those nails are on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't do when I first started because, you have to keep track like that the nails match from episode to episode and a day.
You have to keep track?
We have to keep track. I mean, if I said, "Hey, can somebody help me keep track of this?" and just did that, I'm sure they would do. They would
Yeah.
obviously do it. But so for the first 6 months, I didn't do any. I just left
Anything.
them all plain all the time,
Yeah.
But then I saw, I was like, they look so much better, really, when they're all done.
Yeah. So now Marci's like,
now-
hey.
Let me just take a drink of this coffee really quick.
with the nails, like, clock the
With the
nails.
perfect nails.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so that's that. With them, we'll come back to Deimos in a second. The microchips. Okay, well, big shocker for me. Kate didn't steal the hard drive.
Yes, I was shocked too.
I thought for sure she did,
A lot of people did.
but it was right.
A lot of people did.
It
lot of
was
people
was actually so touching though to find out that she didn't.
Yeah.
And that she actually really loved him so much that she was like, I'm not the one that did it. But then it was kind of like, oh, Eduardo, like, why did you have to, like, not believe her? Because then she was like, you know what? I'm Kate Roberts. I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
You have yourself a good day.
Is Kate Roberts the most powerful woman in Salem?
Now that Sammy's gone, yes.
I think so. Yeah. I find myself like looking up to her a lot and like wanting to.
Isn't she just amazing?
She's to die for. Yeah. Like I was telling him earlier, she just walks in the room like, I mean, whether she's Kate or not being just being herself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
She's such a cool woman. Like just like she's like that hip mom.
Yes.
That like doesn't try,
but she
just
cool.
is.
She has it.
Like you're just like
she's real humble
cool.
about it.
Yeah.
Lauren
Love
Kozlow is hashtag goals.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
She is.
for just about everybody. Too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's that. The microchips apparently have stuff that can take down the Demera Empire.
Yep.
But no one's sure if it actually works. So
And there was an argument this week with Gabby and Dario, right? Was that this week?
yes, because Gabby is hearing tidbits, which is a great segue into the JJ Dario Eduardo. She overheard Eduardo and Dario arguing in Club TBD about the microchips, I think. Yes. And then now that JJ is a detective, he is assigned that case and told Gabby to like be careful of your brother and your father, to which Gabby then went back and said, you know, this is what JJ has said. He's kind of maybe on to you guys. Whew, the Hernandez family.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Well,
it's a lot.
Back to Abigail. Even when Abigail and JJ had lunch at the pub, and
That was so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Casey Moss.
And the fact that Abigail was like, "It's on me."
Yeah.
I have to honestly say, my first thought was, "Girl, you ain't got
She ain't
no
got
money."
no job. I know. She ain't got no job.
Ain't got no job at all. It's like, girl, where's this money coming from? Where is this money coming from? I said, but girl, if you got it, then I'm ordering everything.
We'll figure it out. Yep.
But even JJ realized the change in Abigail when mentioning Dario and Eduardo, because you were there on the docks. That's how Dario discovered
Those
you.
were great scenes too when you were
Yeah.
hiding.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's fun stuff.
and that was the first time we kind of looked at Abigail and Dario like, you got it. So so there's that. And then last but not least, we've got some family rivalry happening, the Demeras versus the Kyriakis.
Take cover.
Yeah.
Duck and take cover.
That, I have to say, I loved that scene with Andre and Deimos and Sonny and then Chad coming in, because it's like the older generation of the family and like the up and coming generation of the family. And it's like you just know they are about to bump heads.
It's a lot of power in one
Yes.
room, you know?
And now that Deimos thinks that Andre is responsible for the ships blowing
missing.
up, which, by the way, who's still doing stuff through ships?
I think that I honest to God, I think it's their way of incorporating the pier set again.
Yeah. Or just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Why would we go to airplane cargo? No need for all that and TSA to be involved. Good old ship.
Do you have a favorite, Marci, do you have a favorite set to work on?
A favorite set? Oh, man.
The attic.
The attic, for sure. Hands down, the attic. No, I like the Brady pub for some reason. I really like
me too.
that.
Me too.
There's just something about it, the color and the feel of it, the vibe. It's got a
Yeah.
cool vibe. I like being
I
in
feel
there.
like that's the set.
That everybody loves?
Yeah,
Really?
that incorporates that is like the staple of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it.
When are we going to see the full room, the full Demira living room?
I would think soon. I think soon.
Yeah.
Because it was like a few months after I had gotten started that we stopped doing things so much in the study. Because right now everything's
In the
like
study.
taking place in the study.
Yeah.
But I think it's in the next like few weeks.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that so
I
much.
really love that set too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it huge? It looks so big on TV.
Nothing is really as big as it looks on TV, obviously. I mean, you guys probably have you been there? You've been
Yeah.
there. You've been there, yeah. But it is. It's big. It's got a lot. You feel very free in there,
Yep.
and there's like a lot of stuff to work with, and I feel like there's a lot of a lot of cool details in there that I really dig.
Do you have to? Do you have freedom to move around and go, or is the blocking require you to stay up front?
I mean, the blocking does technically require, but we do a little walkthrough process beforehand. So if I say, hey, I really want to, what do you think about this? They usually try to be as flexible as possible, and then, if we want, we just kind of can try stuff, and then if it doesn't work, we'll just say, hey, stop, let's go back, and then we'll start over. But
So interesting.
yeah.
Well, that has been your week of days, and we're gonna breeze through our segments, and then we are going to open the lines to fans to call in and chat with Marci, and we're gonna have some questions for you as well, because I know that you have a lot of stuff coming up besides days, so we want to cover that. So first, our segments, and we're gonna start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh snap! Thanks. All right, so my 3 Snaps Award goes to Andre. Oh, snap! Because at the end of the big Demira and Kyriakis fight, Andre left saying this line.
Oh, no.
Oh, we should have talked. But it was just so classic. And it reminded me of our shady ways and our, dare I say, cunty ways, if we can be that way. But
we just got an explicit rating.
Andre said, "That's because some bitch stole my toys." And I was like, yes, bitch, yes, yes, yes. I rewinded it. Yes. So Andre gets Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! All right. And now it's time for
Well, it was the same. It was the same as Tony's official 3 snaps, so we can.
It happens.
Yeah, that's okay.
It happens. Little crossover happens.
It was just the conversation between the 2 gentlemen.
But it was that good.
Yeah, it was. Oh my God, I thought no, he didn't. He.
Oh yes, he did.
They both went at it, and I was looking. Look at that photo. Who is scarier? I mean, they are both like. For some reason, I would think it would be Andre, but Deimos is backing down 0 to him.
You know what it is when you look at this, you see 2 very powerful men, but like very different types of power, because like Andre is like that mind, like he'll get in your mind, like control power.
And Deimos would just kill you.
And Deimos will lurk out of the bushes and go, "Remember what you did?" And then you're just done. Yeah. So it's that. Yeah.
I loved it. That was it. And then, you know what? I'll do my little shout out right now, Alexis, too, while we're there. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I received the nicest thing in the mail, a gift from one of our fans named Tina. I got 3 candles in the mail, which have Eric Martzoff, who plays Brady Black, one of Casey Moss, who plays Marci's brother, JJ Deveraux, and one of Michelle Stafford, who used to be on YNR and is now on General Hospital. If you visit, that's what I said too. If you visit the website, www.shiningsoul, that's SOL.com, /starstruck-candles, you can see all the entire collection of their unique and exciting collection. I was so happy. So thank you so much, Tina. And definitely check out their website again, shiningsoul.com.
And we'll make sure we post it on our page.
Yes, absolutely.
So that way they can have it there.
The scent I actually wrote down. Casey Moss's scent is called Rebel Essence.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Michelle Stafford's is called Irresistible Citrus. Yes, and the most delicious is Eric Martzoff, surprise, surprise, which is called Sultry.
Sultry.
Yes.
I wonder who
that
decides the
marks
names
off.
for that. Like, I wonder if they had any input on their names.
Aren't
or
they
had
terrific?
to sign off
Yeah.
on it or something.
What would yours be, Marci?
Oh man, I do not even know. Like Dork City, USA.
I love that candle. Just saying.
And Tina, if you're listening, I want a Greg Vaughn candle. I'm just putting it out there.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't have one, but it's okay. Those ones sound awesome.
They are awesome. They're
Yes.
they're so beautiful. I haven't even lit them yet. I don't want to.
Oh,
You don't
I
wanna-
heard lick
yeah.
and not lit.
That too. I haven't licked them
I was like,
either.
what?
Yeah,
That's
They
cool.
smell delicious. So definitely check out their website. Thank you,
That's
Tina.
cool.
Yes.
And that has been.
You want to sing it for us, Tony?
It's coming.
There we go.
Welcome to our sound effects,
I
Marci.
love
Welcome
it.
to
I love
Crazyville.
it. It's good.
And
It's
now
really
it's
good.
time for Mark's Quote of the Week. And of course, as you guys know, Mark could not be here with us today, but along with the Rock video, he sent not only his Quote of the Week, but also Fan of the Week. So check this out.
Before I play it, I had to turn off our line calling in because then it will be in the middle.
Oh, yes.
Just to let you know. So if
Cool.
you guys can't get through, that is why.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Hello, everybody. It's me. I just want to give you my quote of the week and the fan of the week. This week, my quote of the week, this is now our second episode of 2017. And it's another first. So this quote of the week is actually going to go to, drum roll please, Austin Peck, Austin Reed. It was the scene with Carrie, Austin, and Anna in the police station in Prague, and Carrie is telling Anna, or saying to Anna, Anna asks to be with Tony, and she says, Tony's been dead a long time, tell her, Austin. And Austin says, guy's a goner. I literally laughed out loud. So, Austin Peck, congratulations, one day back on set, and you got my quote of the week.
Yay!
Now I also want to do fan of the week since I've got your attention. And I have said this a couple times on the show. I do forget that a lot of people listen to us. They don't just watch the podcast or watch us on YouTube, but they just listen to the podcast. And I always forget that we do a lot of stuff. Well, I do stuff. I get up and run around the room. And so I always try to describe what's going on instead of just letting it happen so that people who are just listening know what's going on. So my fan of the week actually this week is going to go to Renee Pavlis. She's, and I love her Twitter handle. It's PsychMom3, PSYCHMOM3. She tweeted me the other day, thanking me for describing something that was going on in the studio. God only knows what that was. As she's blind, so she does listen to the podcast. But I just want to give her a shout out for sticking with us, even though she can't see us. But she listens to our disgusting debauchery at times. So thank you, Renee, and you are our fan of the week.
Yay.
And sorry again, I couldn't be there. Miss you guys, love you guys. Well, not Tony. Peace out.
Rude!
Love ya.
Well, I don't miss you either. Well, that has been Quote of the Week and also Fan of the Week. So thank you, Mark J. Freeman, for doing that. And that is the end of our segments. And now it's time to get to know Ms. Marci Miller. Yeah. So, Marci, how was getting this role for you? Were you intimidated by it? Were you anxious? Like, what were your thoughts like going into the role of Abigail Deveraux and joining, a soap, and also a soap that's been on for 50 years when you joined? Yeah.
I felt a lot of things about it. I had been working mostly just on movie things, and I was really enjoying that, and so that was kind of the pattern of life that I was in, and so it felt like things were going well, and so I was nervous about making a change and making a commitment that is, you sign a contract for a period of time, for a couple of years or whatever, and so it made me nervous in that sense. The workload made me nervous, like stepping in and doing a recast made me really nervous, but at the same time it was so exciting. Like, I was so thrilled to get to be associated with this group of people and with this show and everything, and it took a minute, I feel like, for me to kind of really settle into a groove. But everybody was so helpful and so, just awesome. But I love it. I think it's like one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Tell us about getting the audition and actually going in and that whole process. How many times did you have to go in?
Actually, I had a really weird situation because I was out of town working on a movie, and while they were doing while everybody was coming in and doing the auditions, so I never came in, never once. And while I was out of town, my agent just called me and said, "Hey, there's this role. We think you should really self-tape." So I just in my hotel room after I've been working all day and just submitted a tape, and I didn't think anything of it. I never. You do that stuff all the time, and then they called me a week later and said, "Hey, they want you to come in and go straight after the test. Like, they let me go straight to test. I had never met them in
Wow.
person,
Yeah.
like, at all.
Wow.
So I was so grateful. I mean, there were so many people that were willing to really take a risk, take a chance on me, because they had just seen me do one tape. I had never met anybody or anything.
Did
so,
you know it was days when you did that first self-tape?
Yeah, I did. And I remember I like really took the time to try to do a really good job. Like, I was aware of the
course.
opportunity that it was. So, I wanted to, there, and I'm not really a great auditioner in person all the
honey,
time. So
I understand.
do you?
I
mean,
understand.
it is stressful.
It is very stressful.
It's stressful.
It is very stressful.
And there's a big difference between already having a job and going into work and having to come and like show what you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of pressure is just different. And so I think that I have to give Marnie Saida, the casting director, so much credit for letting me come in, even though I wasn't able to be there in person. I mean, who knows? It could have been different. I could have gone in there in person and totally bombed it. And
but
whatever.
I think it's a testament to your work and your talent as an actress, because we have seen on the show that sometimes it takes some people a little bit
Right.
to like settle into the character.
Yeah.
And I think the second we saw you as Abigail, we were like, she's got it.
That's right.
Like it was there like instantly.
Right, you said it took you a moment to settle into your groove. We didn't see that at
We-
all.
no.
Like
No,
you
we
came in
didn't-
and you were
no, we didn't-
Abigail.
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
you guys.
Was it tough for you, because I like we mentioned the stepping into a recasted role, and we've asked other people who've been on the show who have had to do a recast, like how did they feel? How did you feel going in and stepping into this role of Abigail when so many people were used to Kate Mansi as
Right.
Abigail? Did you have any thoughts or nervousness, or did you go into it going like, listen, this is what I'm going to present, and just be a fan with open arms? Yeah.
I mean, inevitably, like, you have those thoughts. I mean, if I could have chosen whether I was going to be a recast or come in and establish a character from the beginning myself, I kind of said this before. Change is really hard for people, and I totally understand it. I totally get it. If I had been watching a show and fallen in love with a character, and then they're going to go, that's heartbreaking, and it's really hard to open up and allow somebody else to try to live up to that. But I will say, like, Kate, I haven't watched like a ton of her work, but because she was so excellent, like, because she did such a good job, like, taking care of the character and developing these relationships, it did provide me an environment to step into that was already, loved by people. It was nice to know that people really do care about Abigail. People really love the relationship between Chad and Abby, and it provided me the opportunity to have some people that were willing to fight for me right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Which was really cool, and the fans have been really awesome. And I don't see a ton of like negative stuff, and I've said before, I don't feel like, I think I know it's out there
Yeah.
inevitably, and
Don't
I
read
get
it.
no, and
Yeah.
I totally get it. But everybody's been really great, and
Good.
And you're doing a brilliant job respecting the relationships that you said that she built. You're taking care of them and nurturing them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's so good to
I'm glad you
watch.
think that. Good.
Tell us about your screen test. Did you have to test with multiple people, or was it like just with Billy?
It was just Billy.
Oh.
It was just Billy, yeah. And I came in, they have a little rehearsal day. So you go in and you get to meet Billy and meet the producer, Abigail Deveraux, and Marnie's there and all the girls there. We kind of do a little walkthrough on the set so that we know where to go and what to do. And then you come back the next day and do the actual thing. And you just come in like you're taping an episode of the show. And it's always weird when you're in a room. I think there were maybe 8 or 10 of us girls that were testing that day, and you kind of look around, and everybody, she's like skinnier than me and prettier than me and taller than me. There's all
Right.
kinds of crazy insecurities that you can have, and I just remember it being like, okay, scratch all that. Come in, like, really listen to this human being, this Billy Flynn, whoever he is, like, listen to him.
That's how I feel about Billy.
Yeah, this Billy,
Whoever he is.
whoever this guy is.
Whatever.
But and he was really great too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's open and he listens, and he was really willing to go anywhere, and I really felt I really trusted him. I knew after the rehearsal, like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna have fun, and if I leave with Marci Saida thinking I did a good job and Billy Flynn thinks I did a good job, then I'm happy. It's good. So.
Just a couple of things to make you feel even better about your work as Abigail. We have some people in the chat we have MII World 2 says she does make, I think she meant does do Abigail justice. Hell, she sounds like Abigail too. Carly Kaufman said she made Abby her own.
Yes.
She owns that character. Meredith Cox says, loved Marci before I even saw her on screen for
Yes.
Abby. She's a natural on screen and great chemistry with Billy and Missy and everyone she's had scenes with. And Annie Goen says that Marci's doing amazing. And
Thank you guys.
Diane says she finds it interesting that you didn't test with Missy,
yeah.
but you have such a great vibe with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missy's awesome.
She is.
She is really cool. And it's funny, there's a lot of things about her. She's very different than my own mother, but like they both live in Tennessee and they're both these like beautiful women with this blonde hair and these big blue eyes. You know, there's a lot of really interesting similarities between like even some of the art that's like hanging on the wall. There's this one picture that totally looks like this art piece that I did when I was like in 5th grade. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird how that stuff happens, but I've just felt a really natural rapport with her since the beginning. She's awesome.
That's amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
and one more thing. Daquan says, can you tell Marci we enjoy her bickering with Billy on Twitter?
Good.
Oh my gosh, I will join you in on that.
Please, let's do it. I love it.
Team, take it down, Billy.
I sure will.
Well, let's open the phone lines
Absolutely.
for fans to ask their questions. Now, fans, when you call in, always state your name and where you're from, but let's keep everything short because we want to get as many calls in as we can. So let's take our first caller, Alexis.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You are on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Lisa. I'm from Loganville, Georgia.
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa.
How
Hey
are
there.
you?
Hey, thank you, Marci, for spending time with us fans.
Of course, I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you. Can I ask you what is your favorite moment that you had so far?
My favorite moment that I have had, yes. My absolute favorite moment, I can't say because it hasn't aired yet, but things that have aired, I would say, I think seeing Billy for the first time. Like, I liked that chunk of scenes, you know, and there's just so much. It's such a complex circumstance, you know, because I wasn't expecting to be found, and then he does find me, catches me off guard, and so I immediately have to be open to okay, this is what we're doing, you know. But I would say that chunk of scenes, Lisa, was probably my favorite so far.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was a good scene.
he seems like he's a lot of fun to work with because between him and Theo, they have a lot of chemistry.
They do.
It seems like, yes.
They do.
And I'm excited about meeting him. In February, he's coming to Atlanta.
Oh,
So,
awesome!
yes.
Awesome. That'll
Yes.
be so fun.
will you be doing any events in the future?
I will. I don't think I'm coming to Georgia though, but I will. I don't know. I know.
Well, we'll have to come see you then.
Please do. Yeah.
Well, you let us
All right.
know so that we can
Yeah.
let the fans know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for calling in, and thank you so much for your support.
And thank you, and have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa.
And
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, in case you guys wanted to call, I just naturally assume everyone knows our number already.
It's up on the screen.
It's 424-253-0749.
Yes.
Again, that's 424-253-0749.
Amazing that you know it. I still don't know it by heart.
Oh, trust me, it took me a little while.
All right, we have the next caller.
Thank you, Alexis. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Carol. I'm calling from Connecticut. How are you guys doing?
Hi,
Hey,
Carolyn.
Carolyn has been with us since
Okay.
probably day one.
I know Carolyn.
Oh,
I mean,
you
I
did.
have not met Carolyn, right, Carolyn? I've not met Carolyn in person. But I
Yes,
know
Yeah.
Carolyn.
she's
We
the
haven't met in
sweetest.
person yet.
Yeah.
Hi, Marci. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi. How you doing, Matthew?
Good. How are you?
Good. Marci, I'm loving you as Abigail.
Oh, thank you. You're sweet.
I think you're
Thank you.
fabulous. And I wanted to know, I was curious, how long did they give you to sort of get to know the babies before you started working with Thomas?
What a
Because you
good
have such a
question.
great
That is a good
rapport
question.
with
That's a
those
good question.
like they so respond to you?
Oh man, they are really sweet. They are really good kids. No time. Zero.
It's like,
It was just
here's Thomas.
Yeah, and that whole first couple of months was such a whirlwind for me. There was just so much material and just getting to know everybody in person and really within the context of the show. There was no time. I felt like I was just running from point A to point B all the time. And so I remember it was going to be my first scenes actually holding the baby, and they have their little dressing room off to the side. And I had just a couple of minutes to pop in and kind of learn their names and meet their parents, and before they were just in my arms and we were rolling. It was going to national television.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
it's fast, but
No
they
pressure.
Wow.
yeah, but they're amazing. And I have been really grateful that they are as well demeanored as they are, because I didn't grow up around kids or babies or anything, so there's a lot of just basic behavior that is a little bit unfamiliar to me. But they're awesome. It's a really good question, Carolyn.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you, and it's such a pleasure to get to talk to you and see you on screen.
Oh man.
So thank you. I hope you continue for a really long time.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn, for calling in.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good week, guys.
Bye, Carolyn.
too.
You too.
Carolyn.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Willa Sargent, who is a very dedicated fan to Days. I believe she's been watching for 50 years.
Oh my
like
gosh,
since the first episode.
Amazing.
She says, Marci, you are rocking it, girl.
Oh man, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Next caller.
Thank you.
Here we go.
All right, hello. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You are on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mike Riley from New York. How is everyone?
Oh,
Hey,
hi, Mike
Mike.
Riley.
Buckle
How
up,
are
Marci.
you?
Really?
Okay,
Oh,
so-
it's Mark Riley. Okay.
If you thought that Mark was a Billy Flynn fan,
Okay.
Flynn fan. There we go.
Say that 3 times fast.
Right, Mike Riley. Just think about
Riley.
Deimos and Andre.
Okay.
Like that's how it is. Hi, Mike.
Well, it's more like I'm in real life. I would be the Abby, Billy's true love, and
Oh.
Mark would be Gabby from
Wow.
ex-con with the
Oh,
kid.
okay. Okay.
And Mike Riley gets my 3 Snaps Award.
I won't be as long as I normally am. So let me just get this out there. I don't even have a question. I just want to flood you with compliments, Marci.
Oh my gosh.
I think you are doing a terrific job.
Oh.
I was a big, I still am a big Kate Mansi fan, but I was looking forward to you joining, and was anticipating such great things from you. I once I heard you were signing on, I watched Most Likely to Die. I YouTubed some of your videos. You have a beautiful singing voice. You are stunning.
Stunning, by the way.
No, man, you guys.
Stunning. That beginning, when you first joined, that first flashback scene with Andre,
Yeah.
where you're giving him the letter to get to Chad. Right then and there, I said, this lady has it, because your acting chops run deep, my dear.
Man, Mike, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh, Mike Riley, look at you. Just
Yeah. I just kind
I'm
of
super
gets
sweet
us
with
got
Mark
choked up.
in the studio.
Well, when Mark is in the studio, it's a whole. It's like I sit here and I'm like,
It's on like that.
it's like
right?
It's like Mrs. Billy Flynn versus Mrs. Billy Flynn.
Okay.
And then you sit here and wonder, what does Gina think?
Right.
Girl, bless her.
Right?
Bless her.
She's like, I'm married to him.
Right?
She's like,
Start
I'm
to
the one with
seven.
the ring,
Yeah.
bitches.
Right?
Well, Mike, thank
And
you.
I will say,
Go
just
ahead.
any pushback you get from fans, I think fans are not open to change all the time, but also they're waiting to see sassy, confident Abby back.
Yeah.
I think she's been crazy for too long.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
they're waiting for the love story to start up again.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see it.
With-
so
Yeah.
Whomever
I
it may be, I think, too. I
Yeah.
think we're just ready to see her be happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
think she's ready for that
and,
too.
and not wear black.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming.
You need to
All right,
you need to
good night,
steal
guys.
that
Let
hat
some guys
from
call
wardrobe.
in.
The hat.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
it's
you
a good
so
hat.
much, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
Thanks for
you,
calling in.
Mike.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's take one more call.
Agreed.
And then we're going to get into some stuff that's coming up for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
There's one more coming, and it just.
there it is.
Go for it.
Hello, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. You are on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey everybody, it's Jamel calling from Brooklyn.
Well, hey Jamel from
Hi, Jamel.
Brooklyn. How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
It's January 15th.
Listen, I think some people are just now getting into the holiday spirit. Do you have a question or comment for Marci?
Yeah, I do. I want to say, Marci, I think like everybody else, I'm just going to just zero in and give you compliments too, because I think that you've done just a wonderful job. I brought your story right from the moment you got there, but I wanted to ask you, I really think you did just terrific. I wanted to ask you about Melissa Reeve and Jamie Lynn Bear, and I think I'm saying the woman's name right. When you had the scene with all the Hortons, it was 3 generations. It was my favorite. What was it like to be in that scene? I love that scene when the grandmother was there and your mother was, you all was talking and it was a reveal.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up because I really loved that scene. Yes. And it's always so interesting to me. Like how similar we actually look. Like I felt like it felt really good for me to be in the presence of those 2 women because I felt like, I belong. Like even just like our hair coloring and everything. Like I felt like I was somewhere in between both of them. I wasn't quite as red as Jamie. I wasn't quite as blonde as Missy. And Jamie and Missy are both such warm, welcoming people. Like it's just so easy and so natural to sit on a couch with them and go and so I love that you brought that scene up. That was a special moment for me. I hope that I get to do more with her with both of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I love Jamie.
I do too. Oh, she's
I love
powerful.
her as Laura Horton.
She's powerful.
Yeah.
And that was really one of my favorite scenes in a long time. So I really like that. But I think I'm with other people too. I like you with Dario. I think I tweeted him and he tweeted back.
Yeah,
good.
I love him
with you and Dario, especially when y'all was blackmailing each other. So
yes.
Man, this was her.
Yes.
I really liked
so
it.
good.
Oh yes.
So good. I love those scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun first scenes to like shoot with a person too, because like I don't know anything about Jordy. Really, we're just like coming to the table and we're gonna do this work. And I walked out that day thinking, Jordy Villasuso, I like that guy.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
He's so likable.
He's so likable.
Yeah.
The best. Our dressing rooms are right next door to each other, so we're like, whatever.
Yeah, cool with each other.
Yeah, my favorite 2 couples or favorite 2 duos on the screen right now is whenever you're in the scene with Dario, and I love Deimos and Nicole. Even though I don't like the characters, I do think I just can't take my eyes off of them. I mean, they're very interesting. I think they might be a super couple because they just drive so much storyline. So that's a little feeling on the show itself. But I think I love the scenes with you and Dario.
Yeah, and it's 4 fantastic actors. Like I don't necessarily love Nicole and Deimos, but their chemistry's so good, and they just work so well off of each other.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Jamel, thank you so much as always for calling in. We're gonna have to wrap things up shortly, but we'll be talking to you soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, but thank you, Marci.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
Likewise.
Bye,
So
Jamel.
nice to meet you. Bye.
Bye.
And I have one question for you, Marci.
Yes.
So you told us about your audition process. Tell us about finding out that you booked it.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it was cool. I was in Boston, your hometown, and my husband had run the Boston Marathon that day, and I had auditioned the week before, and I didn't hear anything on Friday, so I knew I wasn't gonna hear anything all weekend long. Races on Monday. My phone was totally dead because I had been taking pictures and videos of my husband and everything, and I was like, shoot. I know, like, it's very possible I could know the answer to this right now. So I raced back to the hotel. I plugged my phone in for just a real quick minute, and within 5 minutes, my phone was ringing, and it was my agent, Matt Gogol, right there. And I was like, oh gosh, okay, so this is it, yes or no, and picked it up, and he was there, and my manager was on the line, and everybody was there, and they just said, you're going to Days, and I just like screamed and ran down the street, and so it was really fun. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
Yeah.
But we had like 20 people that were all going out to dinner that night because.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
I too hope for that phone call one day.
I know.
Yeah.
What an exciting phone call to receive.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, because you move 2,000 miles away from home. You choose a life away from your family and everybody that you love to take this crazy risk to make this
Were you
work.
living on the East Coast?
I was in the Midwest. I was in Louisville, Kentucky, so maybe it's 1,500 miles. But
what? Which is even more fascinating. That you were in Kentucky and got it.
No. I was living here already, but I just like the initial move, just to like pursue
got it.
being
I
an
thought
actor.
you meant for Abigail.
I'm
got it.
crazy
Okay.
and probably misled you.
No, no, that's okay.
But
that was me.
But it's just it was cool to say, okay, I got something that like people are gonna see it, and I have a job, and it feels good. I was working at a restaurant last year, but now
you're on the show.
Deveraux, and it feels good. Yeah.
Did you grow up watching soaps?
Intermittently, Days. My mom. My sister is named after Kayla Brady. My sister is Kayla. I didn't even know that until I was already on the show. I was just she was like, yeah, your sister's actually named after Kayla Brady. What?
So how excited were your
thrilled.
family? And
so excited.
Have they asked to come to set yet?
My mother's been there.
Oh, has she?
Mother has been there.
Good.
Yes, yeah. Most of them are in the Midwest, so they haven't been out to visit. But people that have been out to visit have been. So.
What was your mom's reaction when she got to set and like being someone who watched the show and now her daughter's on there and now she's able to see everything?
Yeah, she was excited, and we weren't filming. It was a week that we were dark, and so Randy he took us on a little tour, and he was giving us kind of the total inside scoop, telling us all the information, and she was taking all these pictures, and she's just like, I'm not going to post anything, I promise. She's like consistently 2 steps behind us, like just taking it all in. So, but it was cool for her.
Good.
Now, not to interrupt, I just wanted to do it real quick. Steven in the chat is a huge fan of Days, and he just wanted to get a shout out from her because it's his birthday.
Hey, Steven, happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Happy birthday, Steven.
Yes, happy birthday, Steven. That's STTW is his name in the chat room there.
STTW.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, along with Days, you have a new movie that's about to appear on Netflix, Death Race 2050.
That's it.
Which you look very badass in the photo that you put on Instagram.
Dude,
Yes. And it's going to start streaming January 17th.
I start streaming Tuesday. Yep.
Yes.
The 17th. Yeah.
So tell us about that.
It is crazy. Oh my gosh. Actually, it's not probably a movie you want to like watch with all your kids or anything, but it's a satire kind of about being a human and being an American, and so they take this crazy car race across the United States, and they actually like get points for whatever, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. It moves really fast, but it's crazy out there. It's like a specific kind of humor and a specific flow. It's a Roger Corman film, so if people are familiar with Roger Corman stuff, that's that. But I'm excited about it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested to see what people's take on it, but maybe don't watch it with all your kids.
Not kid friendly.
Maybe don't sit down with your kids.
And also you have some things coming up in festivals, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a movie called American Fable that premiered at South by Southwest this year. And so
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're super excited about it. And it got picked up by IFC, so it gets a theatrical release starting in February. And then in the middle of March, it'll entirely roll out where it'll be on Netflix and all kinds of streaming things. But, like, it's super exciting. The film is so gorgeous. And you go and you work on these things all the time, these indie things, and you never know, like, are people going to see this? And you always hope that people are going to see it because it's hard work and people are brilliant. There are some really incredibly talented people.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm so glad that this one gets to be seen. Ann Hamilton is the writer-director. It's her first feature. Went to South by, got picked up by IFC. She's incredibly intelligent and awesome. So.
Well, congratulations to you guys and her.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Thank you.
Or I'm sorry, you gals.
Oh.
Because
either way.
If you haven't had this conversation with Deidre Hall yet, she will correct you.
I haven't had it.
If you're in a room full of women and you say you guys, she says no, you girls, or you women, or you ladies.
I see.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because everybody wants the same term, like, don't call me an actress, call me an actor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting that that's...
So,
do you care about that?
I don't really care. I always say actor because I feel like there's, like, a frivolous, like, thing that's associated with the term actress. I feel like people take me more seriously when I say actor for some weird reason.
I've heard that.
And I don't know if that's me or if that's other people or what it is, but...
Yeah. Really quick, Alexis, how are we on time?
You got about another 3 minutes.
Okay, so in 3 minutes,
Yes.
Marci, tell us about your charities and other business ventures.
Oh, yeah.
That you have.
Yeah.
You're busy, huh?
I am busy,
She's a
but it's
busy
good
gal.
because if I'm more productive if I'm busy. If I'm not doing anything, I'm like eating popcorn on the couch.
Oh my God, that's my life.
Right? I know.
That's my
So
life.
just say yes
I'm about
to
to do that
everything.
after the show.
Yeah, you
Yes.
popcorn. Yeah, take these home and eat popcorn. My husband has a business called Kale Cart, and it's like a catering business. But he partners with organic farmers in Southern California and does deliveries all over downtown and delivers these vegetables to people. And so he just rolled out a club. It's called the Sexy Lunch Club.
Oh.
Yes. It's for downtown. Yeah, it is cute. And so he delivers these awesome vegan lunches. We have this awesome chef that comes in. It was funny, over the hiatus, I was like doing the deliveries. So it was like I was like,
Wait a
what
minute,
is
can
my
you-
life right
Abigail?
now?
Right, can you
Watching
imagine?
you as you make the delivery.
I could only imagine like a Days fan and it's ding dong.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah, I think I'd be like, Marci, is that you? Yeah.
So funny, so funny. But it's awesome. I'm really proud of him. He has worked really hard, and people have been really receptive to the business. So we'll see. We just want to like encourage people to eat healthier and take care of themselves.
Are you vegan?
I'm not. I'll eat any. We eat that way because my living room is like just literally piles of vegetables.
Yeah.
But I'll mac on a burger. I mean, I'm eating the
I'm
pizza
eating the
rolls.
pizza rolls.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Pizza rolls.
And charities that you are
Charities.
linked
Downtown. We live in downtown. My husband and I live in downtown, and so there are a couple. The union.
to. Don't go looking for her.
Please don't look. I mean, yes.
If you
Say hello, but from a distance.
if you see her on a bike, fine, but don't ding dong. Does Marci live here?
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. Appreciate that. Union Rescue Mission and downtown is an organization that we try to volunteer at, and just trying to be the homeless community is huge down there, and just trying to find ways of figuring out what to do. And sometimes I find the best thing to do is just not alienate them. I think we can go and we can volunteer, but really just saying, hey, how are you? And just like treating them, normalizing them.
Like
and
they're
like,
human beings.
Exactly.
I think people forget that the homeless community is, homeless people are humans.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And my husband, he impresses me all the time, and I learn so much from him. But he's awesome. He'll like go out and he's a runner, so he'll intentionally run through Skid Row because he feels like that's important for them to like experience that kind of just basic interaction, so that people don't feel crazy, feel like they're a part of something that is bigger. So the homeless community is something we're passionate about.
Oh,
I love that.
I mean, listen, if you don't love Marci Miller by now, you are.
Have a
you
pizza
to-
roll.
You are.
Have a pizza roll.
I have to say, you
got
were
to be in love with
instantly
her.
likable.
No.
Yes.
You were instantly likable on screen, and you're
Aw.
instantly likable in person.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you.
Both of
Yes.
y'all. Really, truly.
Thank you so much.
you.
Well, that is our time.
I don't want it to be.
I know, but it has to be because we have to make room for GH and all of that. So before we go, Matthew, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
And Marci, let them know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram and, what did you say, Twitter? Yeah, Instagram and Twitter, Marci Miller, MarciMiller.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony or my website, loungerwithtony.com. And don't forget to follow Mark. He is at Lorraine Love or Living for the Hair. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Dishin Days. Marci, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And
Likewise.
we do really hope you come back and
I
join
will.
us again.
I will.
And I guess next time you'll have to bring Billy Flynn.
Yeah, no, I would love to. I would love to.
Are we at a different time next week?
Yes. Look on our Facebook and Twitter for the official announcement. We might be switching times and maybe a later time just so that Mark J. Freeman can join us, but it'll only be for 2 weeks. So look out for that. We might move to 7 p.m., but we'll make the official announcement on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
But regardless, we will see you next week.
Yes. Bye,
night.
you guys. Happy
Bye.
Sunday.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.